Welcome to Calculations, the talk show. I'm Gary Johnson, and we have as our guest today, Larissa Dali. Am I pronouncing that correct?
You are pronouncing that correct, yes.
All right. So, for those who are just now discovering your work, how would you describe your journey into acting?
It's been this is Charlie.
I
He
see your
wants
cat, Charlie. Okay.
so this is no longer about me. This is now about Charlie. My journey into acting has been eventful as he jumped up. It's been rigorous, eventful, exciting. Um, a question mark, kind of leaping into the unknown. How about that? But it's been wonderful. It's been a blessing as well. But a lot of unknowns. It's a little frightening to kind of do this and just keep trusting the process, but it's also really exciting. So my journey's been an eventful one for sure.
All right. So, how long you been doing it, and what's been your biggest challenge? Would you say?
Oh wow. So I've over a decade. I've been well over a decade at this point. I've been in the entertainment world, and the biggest hurdle, scary. Okay, I've been led down a lot of paths that I like to call reroutes, right? So it's a path that kind of took me down somewhere that probably wasn't the right path, and I would have to reroute. So the
Okay.
biggest hurdle, there have been a few of them. The loss of my mother was probably like one of the biggest ones because it really shook me, woke me up, and got me like a fire under my ass, so to speak. So that was probably
Okay.
my biggest hurdle, but there's been a few.
Okay. Now, in terms of career milestones, and you can correct me, but what comes to mind, um, and I want to talk about um, your latest venture, but I want to go to Becky.
Okay.
How was that? Because when I saw, I had a couple flashbacks when I saw that. So tell us about that, and I'll probably show the trailer. We'll show the
Okay.
trailer for Becky, so people who are, I want to bring people in so they'll have some sense of what I'm talking about.
My
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Babe, the house is so beautiful.
Don't you start getting emotional now.
We're your new neighbors, and we thought we'd drop by to say hello.
I'm Joy, and this is my husband, Greg.
Howdy.
We have such great neighbors.
Hello, I'm Rebecca. I'm one of your new neighbors. Everyone just calls me Becky.
Nice to meet you. Hey.
Hey.
Ooh, you a runner too?
I just do it to keep in shape. I have a physical agility test to take with the police academy. So.
My baby gonna ace that conditioning test, especially since he found himself a new running partner.
Maybe she was already at the park by the time I got there.
I could have swore she was here looking for you.
Oh, no, man. I don't need those problems. Do you date black guys?
What? Do I give off that aura?
No. You just, you seem real comfortable around black people.
So what does it mean if I'm within arm's reach?
Boy, don't play with me. I know you didn't have that Karen next door at our house.
I was wondering if you could answer a few questions about your neighbor. He's a candidate for the police academy.
You have a tendency to run off on a feeling, and
That's not what I'm doing.
And that couple across the street, they're some good people.
Greg made a move on me.
Really?
Hey, did you tell Sergeant Armstrong that I put my hands on you?
I don't remember what I did.
Damn it, Becky, stop playing games.
I don't want any drama on my street.
If I were you, I would go back to minding my own business. Nice talk, neighbor.
Get rid of her, or I will.
have you been taking your medication?
Must be crazy.
Don't call me crazy.
Becky was so much fun. It was a lot. And it's one of those things that I didn't expect. We have a cult following now, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. But she is so much fun. So much fun to play. I really loved it, to where I think some people are afraid of me now because they're like, you played crazy way too well, Larissa. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just really good at what I do. What can I say? So it was a joy. And there's a Becky too. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not, but there was nothing that I signed that said I couldn't. So there is a sequel coming
All
out
right,
soon.
so coming soon, we'll have a little more Becky.
Oh,
Oh my.
yeah.
All right, let me shift to old gray mare. So
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. What a
let's
difference.
talk about that. Let's talk about that one.
Oh gosh. All I can say is that story is so impactful. It's caused a lot of a conversation in a lot of communities. And I don't want to give anything away, but the festival run, it's been doing really, really well. And Courtney Glaudet trusting me with that part, it just meant so much to me because it was deep and it was heavy and it was beautiful and complex. And I love that I'm a part of this journey with them. So Old Gray Mare it's about my partner, my husband's grandmother who has dementia, and there's a little few twists and turns in there, but it's going to introduce the amygdala series that Courtney Glaudet is working on. So it's
Okay.
really exciting.
It's gotten a lot of buzz,
Yes. Yes.
particularly at the Atlanta Film Festival. So, and you've played some comedic roles also.
I have. I have, and I'm trying to get more because I'm one goofy lady. And it's so fun. I love comedy. So when I get the opportunity, it's really, really cool to be able to play.
So, we recently did a show on calculations. Sometimes we call it club calculations. And we wanted to talk about, no, we didn't want to, we talked about funniest comedians of all time. And
Ooh.
it was like being in a bar room, argument, beauty salon, barbershop. Everybody had their own top 10 list. And I had some comedians and nightclub owners on the podcast to also give us some facts and some, and we ended up changing our list. We came in with one
Wow.
top 10 list. And then as the show went on, we're like, oh, okay, we got to take him off or move him down to number 7, number 8. So in terms of comedians,
Wow.
and we went from Carol Burnett to Lucille Ball to Joan Rivers to Wanda Sykes. I mean, we had them all. Who inspired you? Do you have any inspirations?
Oh my gosh. So I grew up watching like all those sketch shows, so the kids sketch shows, right? So it's like all that. And there was the show called The Amanda Show, who Amanda Bynes was the star of. And then
Okay.
I would also watch like Saturday Night Live and Mad TV. So it
Yep.
was like, oh my gosh. So a lot of that, like a lot of sketch artists were very inspiring to me. I loved Jim Carrey. The way
In
he
living
can,
color, in living
oh my
color.
gosh, the way he can his bodily control, and he's I don't know, he's a comedic genius in my opinion. And then like yeah, growing up with him and like Robin Williams, so it's actually like a lot of male inspiration like when I was growing up. But Lucille Ball is 100% on my list. I love Lucy. Chef's kiss. Oh my gosh, I would love to hear that top 10 list. That's so interesting.
I'll
Oh my
send you the link.
gosh.
I'll make sure you get a
Please
link to the
do.
show because we're going to do a follow-up because
Okay.
periodically we do top 10 comedians or best male singers of all time, or best R&B balladers,
Wow.
best songstress. So yeah, I'll make sure you get the show with the comedians.
That's fun. Okay, yeah, because I'd love to hear it. Because yeah, and because everyone has their different style, right? It's like
Oh,
very
yeah.
stylistic, it's very different, but to be able to do it all, I feel like that, like Donald Glover, oh my gosh, he's great. That's like he can do it all. Anyways, all right, I digress because we could talk about this for quite a while.
Okay, that's cool. So we go from comedy to Deadly Escape. Talk a
Yeah.
little bit about Deadly Escape.
So my role in that, I got to play a reporter. So it was kind of that neutral, that role of I get the information, I give it to the people. And I really, really loved playing a reporter. So much so that the director, Lakisha, she works and she's not only a director, writer, Lakisha Lemons, but she works as a journalist and reporter. And she goes, "Do you want a job, Larissa? You're really good at this." I go,
You were very convincing.
It's way too high stress because she's like, "Listen, you got them in your ear. Okay, you're reading the teleprompter. It's updating you." I was like, "I can't handle this. This is crazy. This is what you do." And so I was like, it was very like stress inducing, but also exciting at the same time. I got really, really into it. Really, really into
Breaking news coverage. Escaped convict Frida Maxwell, also known by the alias Free, escaped a maximum security prison late Wednesday evening. Now, authorities deem Maxwell dangerous. The police chief asked the public not to engage and to immediately call 911, for she could be armed.
In a long car. Had you just asked me to help you, I would have.
Hey man, tell me what the hell happened? What the hell happened? Where's Frida Maxwell?
She tried to kill me, sir. So you said this wasn't gonna take long?
Well, I can always keep you longer, especially in the active investigation. There's a connection here that I just can't put my finger on.
Take us home. Are there any weapons in this house?
No, she killed a man on the run, kidnapped the next Doogie Howser, and considered armed and dangerous.
I don't want to be that person anymore.
Yes. So playing that, it was really cool because usually I'm like either the psycho doing all the crazy stuff or like the normal person. I've never playing the reporter, playing kind of like, I don't know, I kind of felt like I should have been the detective. Like I helped so much, anyways, but it was really fun to do.
Well, you mentioned Lakisha, and was there a particular scene that tested your skills as an actor?
That's a really good question. There was two moments. There was one in front of the house where I don't want to give too much away, but where things went down. And then there was like the initial in front of the gas station when it's kind of like the beginning where the news is first starting of the whole situation. But that it tested me because there's like this cadence in my mind with reporters, and because you can't really show which side you're on, right? You're supposed to deliver the facts, and
objective.
Yes, a very objective. And so for me, I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I felt like I was just giving the cadence and I was like giving the information as it came in, but it really like tested me because I'd never had to think about how I said what I said so much without it. It wasn't like in an overacty way. It was like, okay, I'm delivering this information to the people and I have to be completely unbiased. This is what's going on. So that was a really interesting. And I think that's why she's like, you're nailing this. I was like, thank you. I've worked very hard. Thank you so much.
That's the best compliment she should have gave.
I know.
Based on her, yeah.
I was so grateful. I was like, that's huge. I checked that off my bucket list. I was like, okay, I'm writing that down so I can quote you later. So it was really, really cool. And now I'm actually going to New York to film. I get to play a detective. So I'm going to take a piece of Dakari's role in Deadly Escape and tie it into my next role.
Okay. You've worked at Tyler Perry Studios. So you're surrounded, I'm assuming you're surrounded by a wide variety of people. Was that an opportunity for any kind of mentorship? Did you have an opportunity to practice your craft in any different way?
Doing Old Gray Mare was again, it was like an incredible honor. And so, yeah, that was very much a stretch of my craft, and working on screen with Charnel Brown and Duvall. It was just, they bring it to the table. And so you get to go there with them. So it was really, really cool. And I can't wait working with Courtney Glaudet as the director. He is a creative visionary. I've said it once, I'll say it again. So, it's really, really cool. I can't wait to work with him again. And I'm due to work with him again next month. So, yes.
Okay. You're from Houston.
Yeah, I grew up here. Yes, yes, sir.
So is there anything about Houston that maybe has shaped you or kind of molded you as an artist?
That is a great question. So born in Manhattan, growing up in a town outside of Houston called Katy, I feel like what shaped me is kind of that small town Southern flair. I've always been a person that's very welcoming, caring. I want to know others people's stories. I'm very friendly, but I feel like that could have shaped me very, very much growing up in that like small town feel, small town vibe. And my theater teacher in junior high, Miss Tillery, she will tell you Renee Zellweger was her student, and the reason that she's where she is because of her. So shout out, Miss Tillery. What's up?
All right. All right, Miss Tillery. Yes. I'm feeling a little Abbott Elementary here, you know? Yay, Miss Tillery.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. So we talked about comedy, but in terms of actor and inspiration, who in the field of acting has inspired you?
Wow. Gosh. Meryl Streep, Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, Halle Berry. Oh my gosh. There's that list could go on and on and on because it's something about the transcendence, right? When you're watching a performance and you no longer see it as a performance and you are now tied to the story and you are relating to it and you are taken into that world, that is so inspiring. I was like, I want to do that. I want people to forget that they're watching something that is a movie. I want them to be like, oh my gosh, they're watching this like story come to life, right? That's the whole point, to transcend, to make you feel like you're part of it, to put yourself in someone else's shoes. So like the people I've listed have done that for me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Viola Davis. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I know. I was like, we could do a whole segment on this. Oh gosh, what did I just see? Laura Linney. Okay, I need to stop.
Okay, you named quite a few heavyweights there, so
I did.
That's good.
I did.
You know, one of the things I was also thinking about is you've been in the business for 10 years, right? Have you ever just tripped out, or as they say, fangirled over somebody?
No, and I don't know if I should. I don't know how I should feel about that. I've been like, oh, this is really cool. Like I get to work with this person or I get to meet this person or whatever. I think it's like really, I find it so rewarding. And there's a immense gratitude to be able to work with somebody at that level or, you know, meet somebody at that level. But
that's good. That's good that you're not tripping out.
Watch. The next time we talk, I'll be like, oh, I fangirled.
I'll be watching one of those shows and I'm like, is she doing what?
I know. No, but as of right now, no. And I hope I don't eat my words, but you know, it could happen. Anything is possible. Never say never.
Never say never. Never say never.
And never say never.
So what advice would you give to young folks, or not necessarily young, but someone who wants to do this as a living, to practice their craft? What advice would you give them?
The advice I would give anyone in this business is have patience and perseverance, because you have got to, it is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to keep going. You have to keep trusting. You have to keep working. You have to put the reps in. it's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of people, even like your A-list celebrities, you see like them shoot to stardom and everyone's like, oh, they just did it's their first project, their overnight success. No, you look back at their history and they've been working 10, 15, 20 years, right? And they got something, they got their big break. So anybody in this business, that's really like the key to it, is to keep going. It's to have that persistence. And in order to do that, you have to have the passion for it. So just know your why and why you want to keep going.
Okay. I have the inkling to ask you this question. It's kind of an offbeat question, but you can handle it. I just got the sense.
Okay.
You know, and I got it when I was listening to you talk about Houston. What is your earliest or most vivid recollection of being or feeling different?
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I'm giving you the first thing that comes to mind because I feel like I'm all about authenticity. I don't want this to be forced at all. I was sub 5, so I think I was like 3 or 4. And I remember it was like a family friend who's like an uncle. Let's call him an uncle. And I was with him and my mom, and he was like very, very sad. And I remember like going up to his chest and lying on his heart and like holding it and saying something, you know, like that a child you wouldn't think, because it's very profound. I don't remember my exact words, but I remember the response that he had. And it was like me being much beyond my years and being able to hold that space for him at such a young age and having so much compassion. That's my earliest memory of, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm a very compassionate space holding human. That's cool. And that's followed me throughout my life. But I don't know why that's what came up for me. But yeah, I've been able to really just feel the feelings of people and hold space for like adults when I was a kid with their adult problems and having no idea what's going on. So yeah.
All right, I was just curious. I was just listening to your response and I'm like, you know, when you're talking about growing up in Houston, I'm like, let me just ask you this, you know. So you're also branching out into producing and directing. So Linda is the project, is that correct?
Linda, yes.
Tell us about Linda.
Linda is my business partner, Ian Haywood. We call it our baby because we have put like our heart and souls into it. I wrote, co-directed, starred, and produced it. I don't say that as like a brag. I say that as I'm insane because I was warned, but I was like, hey, I'm going to do it. I actually initially was not going to star in it. I was trying to do everything I could not to, but Ian, my business partner, was like, you have to, Larissa, you have to tell the story. You have to. I was like, fine. And now I can't see it any other way. I really fell in love with portraying this. It was very cathartic for me. So our plan, we have the short filmed, and we want to pitch it as a limited series. So we're in the middle of editing our kind of pilot episode, if you will, to then pitch. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that then.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also want to talk a little bit before we close out about your role in holistic wellness. I've kind of gotten into this myself, having been on a weight loss journey, changing my eating habits and the way I've lived my life in a way, and it's really worked out. So what's your journey been like?
Another very interesting one, another one full of trial and error, but I've been on this like health and healing journey probably a little bit before I lost my mom. When I found out like she got sick, I was kind of like, okay, what are alternative ways? Like, how can we be better? How can we be healthier, right? And so I went on, I learned all about food, and then I was kind of learning about alternative medicines, which led me into like visualization and manifestation, and then meditation, and then going into like Eastern philosophy and energetics, and then human design, and then plant medicines. It's been quite the journey, and I keep finding which is really interesting, the tie-in here to my career. I feel like I'll always meet somebody on set of a project where it's kind of like that it aligns so well where we end up talking about something like this, very esoteric and very in that realm of kind of the healing arts, if you will. So the journey has been a really beautiful one that's tied in quite magically to my career. So I like the combination of the two because A, I think it's necessary and everything is connected, and B, I'm in that world. I want to be a part of that world, and I want to talk about that as alongside my career as being both. So I'm really glad you brought that up. Yeah, I'm very into fitness, like the physical world. I'm very into exercise for mental health and wellness. It's very, very important for me in how I kind of process things. Like I used to train Muay Thai, surprise fact, and I just recently got back into boxing and it feels so good. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should try Muay Thai again. It's been a little while, but I love the boxing. Ooh, it's fun. So yeah.
All right. No, I wanted to talk about that because I'm not into it like that, but I do know based on my own weight loss journey and cycling. I just came back from cycling before this interview.
Oh, nice.
So I do that consistently, but it's helped me in a lot of ways, mentally, just get stress wise. It's very underrated. People should really get into it more.
It's super impactful in more than one way than just like our physical exertion, right? Like you said,
Right.
I love that you've come to that in your own and found your cycling for you. Cause yeah, it's really important that everyone kind of find their outlet for physical, mental, emotional. It can hit so many bullet points.
Yep.
So thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, no problem. So how can people learn or find out more about you?
So if you look up my name, Larissa Dali, on any search engine, I say Google, but my social media, my IMDb will pop up. We're working on a website to kind of streamline everything, but I'm active on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm Lolly Dolly on both. But again, Larissa Dali, if you just kind of type that in, and then you can kind of see my body of work and what you're interested in maybe watching, or you can see what's up and coming and check me out on the web.
All right, folks. So any final comments before we close out?
Thank you. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here, and we've already talked about it, but yeah, just keep going, keep pushing. And if you do something that you love and it is inspiring and passionate, you are going to, because you're living it, you're going to inspire someone else. So thank you for doing what you do, Gary.
Oh, no, thank you. And that's the final word on Larissa Dali. And we'll have this up on social media so people can learn more about you. Thank you, and hang with us. I'm Gary Johnson for Calculations, the talk show, and we're out of here.
The world can make a brown-eyed girl turn blue when everything I'll ever do, I do for you. And I go la 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 la, she's got the look. She's a juvenile scam, never was a quitter, tasted like a raindrop.